Hi, this is Julia M. Spencer. Welcome to my newest live video. And I'm just going to make a brief one. It's not going to be so super long like the other ones, but I wanted to give you a little bit of review of what I'm doing today. I'm actually driving around looking at houses, properties and stuff. But the cool thing about today is I actually purchased some lots at the last foreclosure sale. The last foreclosure sale in the county where I live there was some pretty fierce competition. It's usually not that way. But the reason it was that way is because the last two auctions before that were canceled. So everybody just descended on this sale that they actually did conduct. And there was a lot of competition of bidders just up in the prices. So I didn't buy any actual improved properties, but I did buy two separate lots. Actually, one of them is a double lot, and so there's a couple things that you need to know about when purchasing tax sale foreclosures, especially when you purchase on land. I'm just checking my computer here, but you have to just check and make sure that you know where the land is, that it's buildable and all that stuff. And a lot of those tips a lot of those tips are included in my newest audiobook on tax sale foreclosures. I actually just started recording that a couple of days ago and should be done in the next week or so, and I'm going to put that out there on my website. You can download it. But it's going to include all the things that could possibly go wrong when you purchase tax sale foreclosures, because what I had a lot of input from people that were saying, well, there's got to be a catch. Tell me all the bad stuff, what could go wrong. So what I did, I have several modules on there, on that audiobook, that will actually just basically tell you, this is what could go wrong, this is the likeliness of that ever happening, and this is going to be the impact and how you can fix it if that actually happens. And so that way, when you do go to these auctions, you know exactly what you're facing, what you could be facing. I don't actually know where I'm at. I'm just sitting here in the middle of the road. Anyways, you should definitely go, if you're interested in tax sale foreclosures, you should check out that second audiobook, because it's going to have a lot more details from some inputs that are received. And we are here. I did buy this lot, so I haven't looked at it yet. I did drive by here briefly after the auction, but I didn't have my information on where it would be or who it belonged to. So I did actually bring my computer this time and pulled it up on the GIS map, which I explain how to do that also in my new audiobook. But let's see if we can find out who it belongs to. I'm going to turn around the camera. Actually, I need to buckle. I'm going to turn around the camera. We're going to drive right to this lot that I haven't seen yet. And keep watching the video, because at the end I'll tell you how much I paid for it. You'll be surprised. Okay, so let's turn this around. My sound quality kind of decreases when I turn around the video, so I'm going to hold it really, really close so you can still hear me well. But we're basically, and I usually publish these videos online also afterwards, but we're in a dead end and it looks like a decent neighborhood. So basically there's two houses on the right, house number 1, house number 2, and my lot is behind this house there, right there. So I'm going to park my booty right here, and I'm going to see if I can find somebody to talk to. Gladys Frazier is the name of the person. So let's see, there's some cars there, so I don't know if anybody's home, but we'll see. These are nice houses. Okay, let's see. What we can learn. Okay, first I'm going to go down this way, just to see what's back there. Because it's supposed to start right at the end of this house, where these cars are sitting, and going back. Let's look again, how many feet. Hopefully my battery won't die. Okay. Looks like nobody's home today, but we'll knock on the door and see. We'll see. Sorry, my hand was in the way. Nobody can see me that way. Computer, do not die on me. I need the foot. But basically, as you can see, it's a lot that's not been cleared. And it's actually 2 lots back there. And I wouldn't even dare going back there because I don't even know how to get to back there. But this is a nice neighborhood. We're going to drive through it a little bit more so I could show it to you. 80, 505. So, okay. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one of my business cards. So, I'm going to grab one of my business cards and I'm going to give these people my business cards in case they find out who it belongs to. That person can then call me and we can figure out what we're going to do next. So, let's see. Alright. Alrighty, let's see. Doorbell. See if anybody enters the door. Nobody's home. Okay. Let's try it. Nobody's at that house. And again, when I drive through these neighborhoods and try to meet people, I try to take my old car usually. It's not so suspicious. You drive in a really fancy brand new car, people get suspicious and angry. So, let's see if anybody's at this one. So, nobody's home. Alright, well in this case, I just have to make another trip out here in the evening sometime when people aren't at work. Let's look at... Oh! Hello? Hey, I have just a really quick question. Do you know who owns that lot that's on this... Do you know who owns the lot that's behind that house? No, this property? Okay, if anybody comes around, let me know, because I purchased it at an auction, and I'm sorry, I purchased it at an auction on Tuesday, actually the 2 lots that are behind there, and I'm trying to find the owner, so if you find them, just let them call me, if you would, please. Okay. I'm just a real estate investor, and I'm just trying to find out what they want to do with it. Okay, it's these 2 lots. I think the lady on the deed was Gladys Frazier. So I don't know if you know that person or if you know where they live. No? Okay.
Do you rent houses?
I'm sorry?
You rent houses?
I rent. Yeah, I buy them. I rent them and everything. Yeah.
You got 2-bedroom house?
Possibly. Yeah. You can just send me a message send me an email on that card.
Yeah, because I'm looking for a 2-bedroom house.
Okay. Is this?
No, that's not my house.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, that's my mother-in-law's house.
Oh, okay, okay. All right. Does your mother-in-law own this one? Or who owns it?
I think so.
Or maybe they know who that lot belongs to. So.
We just moved in a year ago.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay. All right. All right, yeah, just send me a message and I'll see what I have.
Okay.
Thank you.
Right,
Sorry for your time.
Okay, it's okay.
So apparently someone was home. I'm going to look at this more. So, to see. Definitely unimproved, but it goes back 80 feet. I'm going to go in here for a bit. Let's see whether it's just a regular lot. Interesting. Real estate investor in the field. Alright, so here's my next step. You're gonna have to learn how to do this, try to find the people that own these properties that are going for auction. The next step is the person's address. The person that actually owns that lot, there's an address associated with it, obviously, because somebody has to get the tax bill. And wherever, put this right here. And for those of you that watched my videos before and have complained, rightfully so, that I don't have a place where I hook up my phone, I ordered one today. So anyways, if you're a real estate investor of tax sale foreclosures and you purchase them, the next thing that you have to do is you have to find out who owns them so you can get to them or contact them somehow. So for tax purposes, every property has a name and an address. And in this case, the person that owns this, I believe, is actually local and also owns another lot just down the street a little ways. So we're gonna knock on another door to see. So knock on another door to see if we can find the owner of this property. And if those 3 attempts of the adjacent people and the adjacent person to the other lot are unsuccessful, I'm a really horrible driver, then the next step is to go home and find the address and then see if we can find the person that way. I know it's a lot of hassle. It seems like a lot of hassle, but I don't have to do any of this. I just do this because I want to figure this out quickly. And if I can contact the original owners and ask them what is their goal for the property, then I could possibly get them to just sign a quitclaim deed if they just want to get rid of it. And I don't have to go through the process of barring redemption rights and quiet title and all that stuff that takes a long time and is expensive. We can just do it amongst ourselves. We don't have to do all this extra stuff. And then once I have a quitclaim deed signed, I can just sell it or otherwise make use of it. And the other uses are also explained in my new audiobook on tax sale foreclosures, which basically means that you can use them for tax purposes. You can donate them, the lots, to a charitable organization or a church or something. You can get tax write-offs for it, things like that. Anyways, I explained all that. I've done all that in my newest audiobook. So my computer died again. But actually, I believe the lot is just a little sliver. And this is not my lot. I didn't buy it. In fact, as I'm looking at it, so I'm back again. I guess I clicked the end button before I was done. So we're having a second video here that you can watch right after this. So anyways, still trying to find the owner. Actually, this usually doesn't take this long. It's just that I accidentally clicked the off button on the video. But anyways, the lady that owns that lot in the back there, Gladys Frazier, also owns this lot on this corner, and that would be this lot right here. And that's not my lot, but it's owned by the same person, which is really weird because it's right. I'm gonna pan around. It's this lot right here, which is right next to this house right here, but it's not big enough to build anything on. And look at here, we have a church. It's always good to have a church near the property because you can always donate it to this church. And once you donate it to the church, guess what? You get a tax write-off. Woohoo! If the church wants it, of course. So we're gonna try one more time. This is a dead end, so I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna try one more time to see if anybody knows anything about that little lot on the side of that house. This is a really nice neighborhood. I do not feel unsafe in this neighborhood at all, which is not what I can say for a lot of the properties where I go. And this actually isn't a big deal. It's more of an educational thing that I'm doing. There's a boarded up house. It actually looks nice, but it's boarded. Alright, so let's turn around. I'm just going to keep it running. This is the house, and the lot is right next to it. So, here's my, I'm so unbothered. Business card. I need a business card. So, I promised I would tell you how much I paid for that lot, and I'm going to tell you really quickly on my business card. I paid about $900 for that lot, and the lot is 80 feet by 105 feet. So it's actually a double lot because you really only need 40 by 105 to build something on. But this one is a double lot, so anyways, let's find out what's going on. And I'm going to take my key with me. Okay, let's see if we can find out who lives here. I usually go back a little ways when I ring on doorbells because you never know who you might see, and also it's a little bit less offensive to people who stand right in front of their door. And oh yeah, somebody's home. Hey, hi, I'm sorry to disturb you. Do you know who owns this little lot that's right next to your house?
I do not.
You don't know? Okay. Because it actually went up for an auction. I'm sorry, wrong. There's a lady that owns a lot that's across the street, and I purchased her lot, and it's the same lady that owns this lot. And I'm trying to find her. Her name is Gladys Frazier.
To be honest, I don't know. I think my mother was trying to purchase it too, and she's not selling. I don't know.
She's not selling?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, maybe your mother can call me, because I'm trying to just find who it is. There's my card.
Thank you.
Because I bought the two lots that she owns on Milton, just across the street.
Okay.
And I realized that it's the same owner as this one.
Okay.
So I just trying to find a lady.
Okay. Gotcha.
Gladys Frazier is her name. Your mom may know her if she's already talked to her. Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay. So, 2 business cards handed out. Hopefully I'll get some phone calls or emails. Gotta clean my voicemail. I'm really bad about that. Let's drive to another lot that I purchased at the same auction. And by the way, I did say that I bought that lot for $900. So if I lose the money, it's no big deal, but most likely I can donate it to a church. There's a church nearby, or I can make another use out of it, but it's not hurting anybody sitting there for a while until I figure out what I want to do with it. Not a big deal. I just like to know where my properties are before I decide what to do with them. So, and let's drive to another lot, which is really, really close to here. And this is another thing I want to teach you, is that you have to study those property cards really, really well, and the records. And that particular property, according to the property card, actually had a building on it. But when I drove to the property before I purchased it, the building was gone. And in fact, there's still a building on it on the property card, and even the tax assessor is actually assessing taxes on the building, because obviously it's improved property, it's worth more, but there's no more buildings. So what do you do with that? Well, in this case, I bid on this property and I won it, and that's because I already knew that there was no longer a building on there. I can ask the tax assessors to take off the building so the taxes in the future won't be so high. And I also purchased a lot for about 4 times less than what it's worth. And so we still have a good deal. I'm still going to try to figure out what to do with it. And let me just turn around the camera. Hopefully you can still hear me well. And I'm going to get a microphone here soon. I do promise I make these videos a little bit better next time, but the live ones are always, you just never know what you're going to get. So, filming and driving. Okay, and so it's going to be this lot right here. This lot right here. I'm going to drive really close and slow here. It's a really nice lot. It's a nice neighborhood. It's not a place where I feel unsafe. And I wish I had another business card to knock on that door, but I don't have another one with me. I just ran out. Next time we'll be better prepared. So, in any case, you saw that property here, the second one, appraised for about $10,000 according to the tax assessor's website. That's not market value. Obviously market value could be more or less, usually more, but sometimes less. Well, not often less, but usually more. So anyway, tax assessor's value and property is appraised at, let me show you again, this lot right here is appraised at about $8,500, and I purchased it for $2,000. The owner is not local, so I'm going to have to see if I can maybe send them a letter or some sort of letter with it. Information, and it's the same deal. What we're trying to do is we're trying to find the owners that we purchased these properties from. Well, the previous owners, because you purchased them at the tax sale foreclosure, but once you find out who the owners are and you can contact them and you can talk to them and find out what the deal is, you could maybe get a quick claim deed from them, or else figure out some other reason why the property went for a foreclosure sale. So once you have that, you can avoid all that big hassle with barment of redemption rights and quiet title. All those things cost a lot of money and take a lot of time. You want to avoid all of that, and I try not to go there if I can avoid it. So but in worst case scenario, I won't find the owners, or they're not interested in talking to me. They're not going to contact me back. They just kind of became ghosts, which is what I call people that disappear and can't be found. And so so that is the deal, and then we just wait the year, we borrow redemption rights, and then we just put it on the market and see who buys it. I don't usually do quiet titles on these really cheap properties because it's not financially feasible. The one lot that I just showed you was $1,000. This one was $2,000. It would cost me about $4,000 or $5,000 per property to do a quiet title. It's just not feasible. So what I do is I usually disclose that fact that I never ran a quiet title on these properties and sell them, and just list them with a realtor and try to sell them to another investor. And you can do this also on Craigslist. And by the way, you do not need a realtor to sell these. You can sell them yourself. These are your properties. You can sell them yourself. Now, as long as you're not selling for anybody else or on behalf of anybody else or buying for anybody else, You're not considered a real estate agent, so you don't need a license. I guess you could still do it if you do it for somebody else, as long as you don't collect commission. So in this case, these are my properties. I can do with them whatever I want to do, and we'll just see what happens. We have a year. You know, a year actually goes by pretty quick, and I'll just add them to my pipeline and see what happens next year. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Go to my website, juliamspencer.com. I got a few more I want to look at today. And join me again. I'm going to try to make this a weekly event that you can tune into. And I usually put all the live videos also on YouTube for you to watch later. And of course you can watch them right here on Facebook also. So juliamspencer.com, subscribe. I look forward to hear from you, and happy investing.
For your free guide to real estate investing, visit juliamspencer.com.